Hi, I'm April. I'm an editor, animator, and Tongaler, and I'm going to be taking you through the who, what, when, where, why, and how of creating multiple assets for one campaign. As we discussed in the last video, we're looking for cohesion across assets with our social suites. As we know, there are many executions that we can use for these assets, and this time we're going to hone in on using a graphical element across all of them, and even more specifically, we're going to use a sticker. Even though I'm creating these assets as portfolio pieces, it is still useful to create an imaginary brief. So for my suite, I'm making assets for a roller skate brand that is promoting a new line of roller skates. They are looking for a 1x1 Instagram post, a video for TikTok, and a video for Instagram stories. First, what is a sticker? A sticker is a looping GIF with an alpha channel, or a GIF with a transparent background. And often we use them as part of Giphy's integrations. Stickers are also a great starting point for creating graphical cohesion across assets. So let's explore a few ideas for using them in a suite. First up, we're going to do a motion graphics execution in a 1x1 for Instagram. So, keeping with Instagram's fun vibe, we'll be creating something colorful and with a message that we can easily see people sending to their friends or sharing in their stories. We will make it 1080 by 1080. Okay, so now we are ready to go. So first thing, we'll just bring this in here. And so we see that the GIF is not as long as the comp size. So in order to be able to extend the GIF out, we need to do a loop out, which is an expression. We'll add enable time remapping to the layer, then go to the last keyframe. We'll then go one frame before that, add a new keyframe, and delete the keyframe that was at the end. I now hit Option on my Mac and click the stopwatch to enable expressions, then type in loop out. Don't forget the capital O, and you don't need anything in the parentheses for this one. And now you can extend your sticker and it will continue its loop. And now to get started on the rest of this asset. I know that message posts can be very shareable on Instagram. I'm thinking a caption saying to tag your friends, or posts that are easy to comment on when you're sharing in stories. So for this one, I'll be using time to skate for the messaging, and using the sticker as a watch face. So after much tweaking, I now have my final result ready for this one. I've taken it a little retro, have a fun, colorful vibe, and with messaging ready for sharing. Onward to the next asset. TikToks tend to be more casual and spur-of-the-moment feeling, so for this one, we'll be doing a live-action stop-motion execution, creating a fan or influencer-made feel, and adding the sticker and some text to it as well. So the first thing we're going to do is make a new sequence. We're going to go into settings up here, and we're going to have to go to custom. So we can flip this to 1080 by 1920, so it's 9 by 16. Okay, so we've made our sequence, and I have a series of images that I did to make a bit of a fakey stop motion for this. So first step is we're going to bring all of these into the timeline, but you can see that their duration is like 4 seconds long. And we want these photos to be frames long. And we know frame by frame animation is usually around 12 frames per second, but we don't even need that kind of smoothness here. So we're going to go down to about 4 photos per second, or 6 frames per photo. So we'll highlight all of the photos in the sequence and right click to get to the speed duration. And then we want to check Ripple Edit Shifting Trailing Clips. This will take out all of the space that is left between the clips after it changes the duration of the clips. And now let's take a look. Okay, so now fill the frame. So the next thing to do is to integrate the roller skates, and we're going to do that by using hold keyframes. So this is the first frame that the roller skates would appear. Now we'll make a keyframe, and then you want to go to the temporal interpolation and hit hold to make this a hold keyframe. And then we go to the beginning of the next photo. Another keyframe, it will automatically be a hold keyframe, you'll see. And then move it on over. And you'll keep doing this for each photo. Now what a hold keyframe does is instead of sliding it across from one position to the next, it's just jumping it to the next position. And there are many ways you can do this, but I'm using hold keyframes to keep the loop of the sticker going seamlessly. At this point, he's done, but We have one up here too. Rotate this one a little bit. So we're going to do the same thing with hold keyframes. And I'm going to change the rotation for this one, so just remembering to go back to the first position and put a keyframe there also. We are just going to do the simple cut and paste, so it goes a couple times. And something is off with the top leg skate. Oh, I never hold frame tab, so we're gonna have to redo that on this one, and on this one. So I'm gonna add some text and then we should be all done. So that is looking good. On to the next one. When I was thinking about how I differentiate the two 9x16s, I'm thinking about how Instagram stories are used. Posts here can have a more person-to-person feel to them, and stories also has a lot of its own in-app filters, so I'm thinking that this could be an influencer or fan post, and I'll shoot it using the in-app filters to keep it in the language of Instagram stories, so to speak. And then I'll use the sticker as a transition element between the clips. So our first step is we're going to keyframe it to go across using the effect controls panel. Let's see how that looks. Cute. Once we have the roller skate timing how we like it, we can just copy the clip with all the keyframes for the next transitions. A quick way to do this is using Option or Alt drag. And we'll just keep going here to get this all finished. And we'll just add the sticker one more time. And now let's take a look. And that's looking good. So here we are, 3 unique assets for the launch of a new roller skate line, using one graphical element to create cohesion, and with each asset dialed into the specific needs of the platform and asset type. I hope you're feeling more prepared for your next foray into creating a social suite, and that you now have some solid ideas for approaches for creating assets for one. I believe that these skills help in long form and other content types. Media is a fast-paced and ever-changing environment, and the ability to pivot and create multiple paths to a solution is endlessly useful. If you are inspired to use any of these techniques in your own creative portfolio, tag me on Instagram at April Merl and tag at Tongal Team. We'd love to see what you do.